The Origins Presents Podcast, the OP Podcast. Now we are just the OPCast. Shit, that's 3 name changes, and it's been a really long time since me and Sid actually sat down and done a podcast on here. Oh my god. We only had 20 minutes. We both have actually been really busy over the past year, and we haven't been active on our YouTube channel or anywhere else where it presents is that, or just Origins. So this is our very first episode back, and like I said, we only got 20 minutes. It's a very short podcast. I'm also gonna include a link to download the podcast if you want to listen to it on your iPod or in your car or anywhere while you're on the go. So here is our very first episode back, and we're just sort of rebooting it, and hopefully you enjoy. So, bitch, enjoy.
You're not going with Betsy?
For what? The event tonight?
Yeah.
No, she's already gone.
Okay.
Yeah, so, alright, let's see. I just press record and it says it's on. Alright, cool. Oh, fuck. There's like so much I want to talk about right now. I just got in the mode, dude. I was like, fuck. Like, it got crazy back in our podcast. Oh my god. I was just like, shit, I need to do some more. Because there's just, you have like that 1 hour cab, and we're like, fuck. And now we got 20 minutes. Shit. Like, there's so much. I don't even know what to talk about, dude. I don't even know
what the fuck to talk about either.
Oh, let's talk Wolf of Wall Street. So that was like the biggest like thing that I just saw your face every single time something happened. You're just like, oh shit, oh fuck. Like everybody knew who the fuck was talking.
Yeah, dog. Like 97% of the theater didn't even know why the fuck we were cheering, man.
Yeah. It was just like everything, you were just writing down everything that you saw, like, oh fuck.
Ah shit.
Like anytime, I don't even know, like the whole diner scene with the pen.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was the best. They salvaged his pen, dog.
Oh my god, dude. When that scene happened, I was just like, fuck. That's setting up a team right there, dude. Like knowing who you want on your team.
Yeah, son.
You know? It's just like just putting all your cards on the table and just saying like, let's fucking go, dude. Like this is who I got.
Yeah,
let's go to work.
That made a lot of sense. I don't know. Building teamwork it's not. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna say the whole cliche shit. It's not hard, but it's not easy. It's just simple type shit.
Yeah.
But building a team, like, the first thing you need is the leadership figure. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be by rank, or it doesn't have to be by, because the lowest form of leadership is my rank, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So when Jordan Belfort did that with his entire team, man, I feel like, everybody followed him because of who he is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not, it's not just, oh, I can make you money. It's because of who he was. Everybody followed him because, he was Jordan Belfort. Just a second, everybody.
Jesus.
Hello?
Sorry about that. We're just probably gonna use this as an intro or something. I don't even know. We need something for Origins. The first video. Back. You already know. Holy shit. I got bloody fucking nails right now. Son of a bitch.
Alright, my bad. But yeah, like teamwork and leadership and all that stuff, like, that really intrigued me about that movie because, like, it, not so much as the self-indulgence that you found that was rampant in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, there was, like, a fuckload of, like, self-indulgence. I mean, like, they were literally making so much money they didn't know what to do with it.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, like, that's what happens when you can't match your character with, your income.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You start falling apart. That's how, most celebrities, in my opinion, right, when they hit that, that spot where it's like, I'm so big, I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it, right? That's why, you see people like Lindsay Lohan fall apart. That's why you see, drug addictions and whatnot, But when you can match your character, right, to your income and to your business and to your talent,
Yeah.
your skill set, whatever, right? It'll continue to be prosperous. You know, you're gonna be able to continue to live your life in the way that you want to live it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, not just having money and just not knowing what to do with it. You know, it's like, just, I want to try this new thing, right? And then it lead to something else, and then
Yeah.
something else, and something else, and then you get into a spot where it's like, fuck, how did I end up here?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do like the whole teamwork thing, because I just, I love building teams, because I always love, like, I think I would be really good if I was into sports. Like, I would have so much fun building fantasy teams, but it's just not my thing. So, because I just never had anybody that could get me into it, as like a lot of people are into it. But yeah, I really love that part, especially the diner scene, man. I was just like, that's his fucking, like, his
That's his
team.
set.
That's the team that he wants to
Yeah.
take to the top, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing about the movie, that, because like I came out of the movie just sort of like type of thing, right? But like later looking on it, because like it was one of those movies where you're not supposed to root for like the main character, man. Like, he's a bad dude. Like, he was a guy who had good intentions, but ends up turning into a dick, and you're just sort of, you're seeing him spiral, right? Like, he's always on drugs and shit. That's why, like, the color of the movie, that was the biggest thing that I really liked about the movie, the way the movie looked. Because it was like hyper reality. Because you're in his head, basically. You're just like, this is how he sees the world all the time. Yeah. And then at the end of the movie, when everything goes to shit, and he's just, doing like those events where he's just talking, it's just like boring, quiet. He looks like shit. Like, he's wearing expensive clothes, but he himself, he looks like shit. And he's just bored, just like, sell me this pen, sell me this pen, sell me this pen. And it's nothing's piquing his interest. He's just sort of like, this is not what I do.
Yeah. I feel like that's what intrigued me about the movie as well, because it's very high contrast, very colorful, and it's very different from a lot of Scorsese movies in terms of, well, with the exception of The Great Gatsby, because that was obviously colorful as well. It felt as if, 100%, right? Like hyper reality. It felt like you were in his head, definitely, and you just kind of live in this world of debauchery in his head.
Yeah, it's like fucking fast. Like, the movie was long, but the only part that felt long was the last part of the fucking movie, like the very last 30 minutes of the movie, because that's when everything started going to shit for him.
Yeah.
He started seeing, like, after he's not on drugs anymore, he's just drinking non-alcoholic beer. Like, he's just like, fuck. He doesn't really admit it, but it's just like, he's bored as fuck. You know? Like, he's just like, I don't know, like, I seen what I've been able to do, and like, being here now is just like, this is what everybody wants, right? This is boring as fuck, and there's people out there that live like that, and I think seeing a certain type of point of view in a movie is like an eye-opener for a lot of people. It's just like, that's how some people just literally are.
Yeah, exactly. Settling for a life of boredom, a lot of people, like, the reason I think that a lot of people settle for a life of boredom is because they've never seen what it's like to live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I've seen the way, like those people live. I can only imagine, but, in my personal life, I've had tastes of it. And, and because of it, I know for a fact that I can't just go back to, expecting to marry and, have a house and mortgage and, retire at 65. You know what I'm saying? I want to, not just because of the movie, but through past experiences and in the business that I work in, right? Like, I look at life now as like this big, it's like Disneyland pretty much,
Yeah.
It's like Disneyland, and, people that live, for that lifestyle that, of retiring at 65 and getting married and getting settled down, not to talk shit about them, but, I feel like they're seeing life as in, like, I just want to ride the teacup ride and ride the teacup ride forever.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just one of those things where it's already fucking established that that's what you should be doing. Like, his character was just like, no. Like, I just want to be where he's at. I want to see what he's seeing and all that shit. And then when he got there, he realized, like, I want to do this. Like, this is where I want to be at. I don't want to be down there. Fuck that. You know, and you know, some people are beating in their heads, like, through culture and just, like, everything, all the rules that we have is just, like, fuck, you guys go to work and, you know, all that shit and just have that, you know, that fucking schedule that a lot of people have, you know?
Yeah. I feel like that's what it is, too. I mean, you know, speaking of that, riding that teacup ride, you know, I feel like when if people just looked up and opened their eyes, you know, they'll see that it's not just a teacup ride. There's Space Mountain right across the corner.
Bro.
You know what I mean? There's, you know, there's fucking all these rides that you can ride, and, you know, all it takes is a decision, right? Obviously, sure, you're going to get pushed around the way, right? You probably trip, you know, you don't know how to get there, but you see it, right? But, you know what I mean? Like, how much awesome would life be if you can ride all the rides in the amusement park?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Not just settling for the teacup ride forever.
Yeah, it's even a lot of one of the things that I like bringing up, or that I just thought about. It was just like, how about like going through a new console, like the next gen shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like right now there isn't too much to say about like the new consoles because you know you give them a little time, but they'll be there to show like what they got. You know, but I'm saying like, would you go back to your PS2 like after you already seen everything the PS3
could do?
Right? Like, it's like I could play all my games from PS2 on PS3. Like, why would I want to go back? It's that type. It's like almost like like that. It's like I got all that stuff, but I got even better shit over here with it.
Exactly.
You know?
It's like the grass is greener over here. Why are you not seeing it? And if you can't see it, let me help you see it.
Yeah, like just look at it. Come on. You know?
Yeah.
Everything's brighter.
There's more textures.
Yeah, more textures. Look at the colors. They change.
There's more graphics.
There's more graphics. The colors, they change.
The colors, they definitely change, man. But yeah, that's how I feel about that movie, you know, like just everything from the cinematography to like the plot and like the way it looks, it just emphasizes extremities, you know? I think in this movie, obviously I might be wrong, but you know, as far as how it made me feel, I felt like Scorsese did a lot more intense shots in terms of the cinematography in this movie.
Yeah, like Leo was, like I said, like it was his point of view for real. Like especially that whole scene where he took like the 10-year-old or how was it, like 20-year-old
like
Quaaludes, and then he started losing. He started losing his mind. You know, like that whole scene was like fucking like 10 minutes long of just him fucking getting down the stairs. It was like that was probably like one of the most awkward. No, like, not awkward, just like uncomfortable, but funny scenes that in a long time because it's funny, but it's so uncomfortable because it's just like this dude is like fucking dying right now, but it's just funny all this shit that he's doing, you know. And it's just like the mindset, like the whole extending the stairs and then making them short again, like reality is just like that. That was fucking awesome, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and
everything was extreme from the colors to the acting. To the characters themselves, you know, the characters themselves were all extreme. Like, look at it. If you look at what was John Hill's character's name? Danny or
I forgot. It's been a while since we saw it. It's like a month ago.
Yeah, something like that. You know, like everybody's personality is extreme.
Yeah. You know, like, and it's probably just like like you could even say that it was what he was remembering, how everything looked, you know, because like I said before, it's like hyper reality. Look at Jonah Hill's character. His fucking teeth were huge and like bright fucking white. They were just like fucking white. You know what I'm saying? Like in real life, his teeth were probably that fucking white, but that was the way he remembers it. Because like that was like the feature that he remembers him, like his really like all of those like really light colors, baby blue, pink, you know, bright yellow colors he used to wear, and then like his bright fucking teeth, you know, like that was the best part of the movie, the aesthetics and like the whole tone of the movie was just like fast paced.
Yeah, it was a really long movie, and yet it felt so fast. You know, not fast in a bad way, but fast in a good. Like you literally have to hold on. You know what I mean, just to keep up.
Yeah, like when it's one of those movies where I actually thought it was gonna slow down at certain points, but it just kept going. I'm like, where the fuck is it gonna go now? You know, and then like I said, the last 30 minutes of the movie when he ends up putting his hands on his wife, and punching her, then it was just like the halt is fucking like it hits a wall.
Yeah.
You trip and it's just like fuck. Like
I like that sound effect. Like how?
Like fuck.
Ow. Yeah.
It's just like it really. You just like didn't. You saw it coming for so long, but when it happened, it was like fuck.
I was surprised that he like actually did that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because like he seemed like like I said, like he is a dick and he's a pretty evil person because he didn't want to live. He wanted to continue living the life that he did, and he was willing to do pretty much anything to keep it, And when that happened, it was just sort of, it almost seemed like a 50-50. It's like out of character and in character type of thing where, he didn't want to do it, but he was just so in the moment and he wasn't thinking about everyone around him. He was just thinking about, he's just being selfish. He was just thinking about what he wanted to keep, and it resulted.
In that car crash kind of like brought him back to reality. Like, yo, you are fucked, my dude.
Yeah, like where the fuck did I end up,
Yeah.
So.
I feel like that drive though, his drive to just not even just be successful, but like pursue what he wants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like that's the most admirable thing about that movie. I'm not gonna defend him and say that drug use is, king or scamming people is awesome or doing illegal shit is awesome, but like just his passion for striving for what he wants, right? He was willing to bet all. You know what I mean? Like even when he was like when he was creating what was his company's name? Stratton Oakmont.
Yeah.
Right? When he was creating Stratton, like that was genius.
Yeah.
I mean, if you lived in the 80s, right? And I mean, I'm not saying I lived in the 80s, but I'm saying like lying like that, you know what I mean? Like making a company, you know what I mean? Making a company and making up its entire history. Like right now, nobody would be able to think about that.
Yeah, exactly. It's scary now, Back then, it was just like, fuck it, dude. I'm putting all my, I know I could get results.
Yep. And then he just did it, and like it paid off. I mean, he made $50 million in his 20s.
Exactly.
In his 20s. Like that is insane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed the movie and for what it represented and what you can take out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially like it was a weird movie because for me, like Scorsese, he's just like a fucking legend, dude. Like now he's one of the best. And it was just sort of weird because even though I've seen Goodfellas and Goodfellas is like one of my favorite fucking movies of his, and like it's about a guy who fucking gets involved in this life and then he doesn't want to be in it no more. And then this movie is more of he wants to get into it.
Yeah.
And
can't get enough of it.
And then you can't get enough of it. So it was sort of weird seeing that like that type of movie because there aren't many movies that highlight a person like that, It's just like I was like, oh god, like he's such an asshole, but I have to keep watching. What's he gonna do next? Type of thing,
Oh, I really enjoyed that movie. Let's move on though.
Alright, fuck, what else did we watch? Oh, 47 Ronin.
No, I refuse to talk about that.
You want to talk about that.
I refuse to talk about that. It's the worst movie that I've ever seen, like, period.
Like, oh my god, dude. It was just so...
It's so boring. If alright, I'm gonna get real, alright? Like, if it was a movie that I hated...
Yeah.
Because of the way things happened, that would have been a lot more pleasing to me than just me being so indifferent to the story that I was mad that I even paid for it.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, it was one of those movies, like, I'm not gonna compare it to Tron because Tron had so much things going for it, but Tron is literally one of the most perfect examples of not executing the way you should be, Yeah. 47 Ronin, like, from the trailers, you sort of got it that it was just gonna be, like, a whatever movie, But basically, getting in that movie and then pretty much seeing everything that you saw in the trailer is in the movie, It's like, fuck, man. Like, they don't give a shit, man. And like, I'm gonna get on another rant about Hollywood, and I don't want to, but it's just, fuck. Like,
it felt so small. Like, they built a wonderful world.
exactly.
Like, there's giant fucking deer monsters in the woods in feudal Japan.
Like, the first 5 minutes of the movie, that's what it was, man. You know, that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like,
That's what's existing in the woods? Like, what the fuck is out there, man?
Holy shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a fantastical land. There's pirates and shit. And there's a fucking monster in the pirate pits where they're throwing fucking chains and balls and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of shit that exists in this world, and that's the best story you can tell, that somebody's getting married.
Yeah, you know, fuck. It was... But I think the thing that got me, though, was that Keanu Reeves was the only name that you could think of when you thought about that movie, you know? And he really wasn't the main character. He was sort of like, he was the supporting character. You know, like the main character was the leader of the Ronin. You know, like it was more of his journey than Keanu Reeves' character story. I forgot his name. You know, I think that was like the thing that bugged me next to just pretty much seeing everything from the fucking trailers in the movie already. You know, like the biggest fight scene was going to be versus the dragon, and that scene lasted like fucking 2 minutes.
And it wasn't even cool.
You know, like, there's a fucking dragon. Like, how do you fuck that?
How do you fuck that up?
It was like trying all over again. You had everything going for you, like, and you somehow just decided to just kill that dragon off so fucking lame. It's like, oh fuck, come on. And not even that. Remember that huge ass samurai? That, like, I don't know what the fuck that dude was. I guess it was just a puff of fucking smoke. You know, he got blown up and that was it. The whole movie, he was played to be like some fucking, like a beast, like a straight, like if you fucked with him, it's over. You know, like you don't want to be fighting this guy. You know, and he gets blown up at the end of the movie, and in the most like
unconsequential way ever. Just this movie, like, it pisses me off just talking about it.
Yeah.
Just like, I can't believe like this is the shit that gets made in Hollywood. Like, literally, this is what gets made.
Yeah. Like, the only thing I could give the movie was the whole, the scenes where they're, killing themselves. Or, like, those probably, like, the best scenes in the movie, because they were shot, it seemed like a different director was shooting that fucking scene at, like, all times. It seemed like that dude knew what he was fucking doing. And then some other guy came in and is like, alright, thanks for that, you know.
Bye.
You know?
Now, one thing I'll give the movie is the aesthetics, costume design, production design. Like, it was amazing. Like, I already told you, like, the story that I wanted to write is exactly how that world is. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, like it had the world was there. It's just everything else wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like I mean, a waste. I've already said like that it was a waste so many times, but I just felt like it was just a big disappointment because, like, you know, nobody really does movies in feudal Japan that include that type of fantastical scope.
Yeah.
You know, like it had so much potential to be great, but it just fell flat of everything. The world felt small. There was no action, and when there was, they were shot so awkwardly that you didn't even like them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or at least I didn't even like them. You know?
Yeah. So what else did we fucking watch? Wolf of Wall Street, 47 Ronin. Have you seen American Hustle? I saw that one.
Nah.
That was alright. That was a weird movie. Cause like from the trailer, it doesn't really look like it's gonna be sort of like a comedy. But when me and my sister went to go watch it, it was just sort of like, what the fuck? Like, am I supposed to be laughing? Cause
I haven't seen it, bro.
Yeah. You know, it's from like I'm not gonna reveal anything. It's just from the trailers, it seemed like it's gonna be a drama. You know, sort of like these guys.
I thought it was gonna be funny because it was Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. I don't know, like, from what I saw, the trailer seemed like it's gonna be like a drama type of thing where, like, you can't really tell what's going on type of shit. and then you get in there and it's just like I'm laughing every 5 other minutes. It's like, what the fuck? You know, I don't know. It was an interesting movie though.
Yeah.
What else came out?
What else did we watch?
Shit, Hunger Games. Did you ever finish Catch a Fire?
Nah, not yet, man.
Still? Like what was the last
Shit.
time you were like, oh, I'm halfway through it?
I don't know, dude. I've been really busy, you know.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying attention to that stuff. But, like, I don't know, man. Katniss is getting on my nerves, kind of.
Yeah, that type of character can always get on a lot of people's nerves.
Yeah.
But she's the type of character where you're supposed to be rooting for, but she doesn't see the bigger picture a lot of the times because she doesn't want to. She's stubborn, and she's like, "Fuck, come on, man!" Like you got characters there that are willing to fucking do it for you, and you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
that's just a waste to me. Anyways, I think that does it. I feel at any point if we try to extend this podcast, it's gonna feel like we're just
for real.
We're just stretching, but
yeah. All right then. So we'll just end it right here then.
Yeah. You can just splice this and just be like, "Oh, we had a great discussion about blah 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 blah."
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I was trying to do. I was gonna sort of at the beginning. I'm just gonna do the intro like the Nerdist does, and then it gets into the conversation like we're already talking type of shit.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm just gonna be doing that. Or stop right here.
What were we?
Alrighty, that was our episode back. As you could tell, I was really excited to get back into it. That day that we actually did the podcast, I did so many things in that day that I just felt like we needed to reboot the podcast since we've been talking about it for a real long time. So that's what we did, and you know, I had a lot of fun, even though it was very short, and it was a pretty good one. We talked about Ronin, even 47 Ronin, even though he didn't like that movie too much. We talked about Wolf of Wall Street, and that was pretty much it. Very short, nice. I think it was a very good podcast to bring back the podcast into. So that's gonna be it, and thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week or whenever, because who knows if we're gonna keep up with the schedule. I don't think we are, but maybe we will. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Hopefully we do. Shit, I love doing these podcasts.